Are you a Gen X feeling old, undateable, and that you're never going to love again? Well, stop and think twice. I used to think that too. I ended up meeting my soulmate in my mid-30s. I did not get married until the year of my 40th birthday. I know love will happen for you. You just got to try and increase your chances of doing that. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I think is a secret to finding your soulmate, my journey through a lot of bad dates, some stories of other people who found love later in life, and my dating advice about what you should do if you're looking for love again, whether you're young, whether you're in midlife, at any stage of life. Ready? Let's go. Hello Bob, welcome to my channel. I'm Marv. I've been a television journalist for 22 years. I'm also a transformative coach and mentor, helping women in midlife embrace their wisdom and live a more positive and fulfilling life. This channel is a community I'm building so we can all have solidarity, share our thoughts and feelings and advice so we can navigate midlife together. I was a nerdy, gawky teen. All my friends had boyfriends. I was overweight. I was not pretty. I was not looking at boys because boys were not looking at me, as you can see. I found solace in my schoolwork, in the Pet Shop Boys, in Go West, and my close friends who really did look after me. They were lovely. Did you know that 2 times Oscar winner, BAFTA winner, Golden Globe winner, Emma Thompson found love later in life? She was originally married to Kenneth Branagh and they divorced after he had an affair with Helena Bonham Carter. But she found love again. She met Greg Wise on the set of filming Sense and Sensibility. Kate Winslet suggested they get together and they married in 2003. Emma said after her divorce, she went on a journey of self-discovery, really reflecting on what she wanted, what she needed and her desires in life so that she could rediscover herself. Beautiful story. So I tried to go on a journey of self-discovery. And through university and through my first jobs in my 20s, I was a secretary. Through that, I earned more money. I moved out of home. I met lots of friends. I partied a lot, drank a lot. It was all about going out with the single girlfriends and trying to find men, to try and meet men who I thought could be my boyfriend. All because in earning more money, I got contact lenses and suddenly men were going, "Hi Marvarine," instead of running away from me. So it was all great fun. It was very hedonistic. Who did I go out with? I went out with a policeman. I went out with a man who said he worked for the counter-terrorism unit for the police. I went out with a man who said he was a millionaire businessman. Boy, did I get ideas above my station. A lot of bad men, a lot of frogs kissed. A lot of crazy situations ended up in. So I was meeting men in bars and I decided, with the age of the internet coming around, and it was dial-up, by the way, dial-up internet dating came on board, and I joined a dating website called dating.com because I was thinking, I need a better quality of man, not just meeting men in bars and clubs, right? It's crazy. And on road trips when we go to different towns and cities to celebrate our birthdays and go clubbing and going to bars there. Had enough of that. Wanted to meet a better quality of man. Signed up for Dating Direct. Had more bad dates. And built up a massive phone bill with dial-up because it was very, very expensive. And my mum would always be wondering, what are you doing on the internet? And I'd be like, it's okay, just when the phone bill comes, yeah, let me have it. Monthly phone bills of £150 a month. It's around $180, $90. It was a lot. And still, no real quality man. I met men who were obsessed with me. I met men who would stand me up, wouldn't meet me for a date. There were 2 occasions where I went to meet men for a date. One walked out on me in the middle of the date, said, my mates are texting me, they're across town, I'm going to go meet them. Bye Felicia. Great. He abandoned me on the date, please. I laugh now, but it was horrible, actually. It was horrible. Self-help was my next stage. So I bought the book, The Rules. The Rules came out in the mid-90s. It became a New York Times bestseller. I think it sold 1.6 million copies at the time. The rules were not good. They were telling you to play hardball with the guy, don't call the guy first, all that stuff.
Women out there are arming themselves with a bestseller, tips on how to play hard to get you to the altar. It's called The Rules, and authors Ellen Fine and Sherry Schneider believe they have the fail-proof recipe for catching Mr. Right.
If you don't do these rules, if you chase men, if you pursue men, you will end up dumped.
I tried and followed the rules and then didn't follow the rules, but it really was something that I thought would help me find my husband. It did not. So what I would say around the self-help books is try them if you want. Some may work for you, some may not. Feel free to abandon them. Don't lose hope. I went through self-hate. I went through self-discovery. I went through self-help. If you're enjoying this video, press like, subscribe, and add a comment. All the best stuff happens in the comments. Also tells the algorithm that you're enjoying the channel. And I would love to see more of you here so we can build this community. So the self-help didn't work. The bad men on the dating websites didn't work. I thought, oh, it's just going to be me, myself and I. Why don't I just reconcile that? And I'm probably never going to meet someone who really wants me for me, who wants me full-time all the time and not part-time. I'm not going to find unconditional love. So I decided to do a lot of things at home on my own. You know, I refurbished and refreshed the flat that I was in, the social housing flat, painted, did all sorts of things, you know, just kind of focused on creating a lovely environment for me to live in on my own. I'd take myself on dates, brunch, coffee, just go out and do things on my own. My biggest fun times were going to the cinema. I'd go and watch a film. My one big mistake though was going to watch a film on a Saturday night when all the couples were out on a Saturday night. So I did feel like everyone was looking at me going, oh, sad sack, Billy no mates, why are you out here on your own? That was a bit exposing, won't do that again. And then I went on a wonderful trip. Think about your heart as a beautiful plant that you want to bloom. You nurture that plant, you water that plant, you speak to it because you know that one day, you hope that one day, that plant is going to bloom and flourish and thrive. If you feel that love is out there for you, and I know it's out there for you, make sure you nourish and cherish your heart. I gave up. I was hoping love was going to strike when I least expected. This is what happened to Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek married in 2009 at age 42. She married François-Henri Pinault, who is the head of the Pinault company, now Kering, that owns, amongst others, Saint Laurent, Gucci, Balenciaga, lots of these luxury brands. And she married on Valentine's Day. How beautiful. And she really had a phobia of marriage. So just imagine that. You've got a phobia of marriage and you still end up meeting your sweetheart, your soulmate, and marrying. Love can strike at any time. So in 2006, I come back from the most epic, most expensive holiday I've ever been on. 10 nights in Cuba with about 10 of my university college girlfriends. I come back happy at the trip, but sad and feeling lonely. And one of my best friends at the time, Mo, said, Marv, you're too fabulous to be alone. Don't forsake the dating websites. Why don't you go back on? I think you're going to meet someone very special. So after that haranguing, I jumped back on Dating Direct. I restarted my subscription and I found an email from Austen, which was a month ago. Lovely email, lovely profile pic. And I thought, he's very sweet. Oh, do I have to go through this again? Do I have to try and meet someone again? And it's tough having those, trying to get the email rapport going. And I was a little bit despondent, but I thought, go for it. He seems like a nice guy. We emailed for about 6 weeks and then we met for a drink. The first drink we met at a pub in the city, and I think that was about 7 o'clock. We ended up being kicked out by security because we were talking so much, we'd hit it off. And the rest is history. My husband, who I married on the year of my 40th birthday, absolutely adorable. Love him to bits. He's creative, he's witty, he's funny, he's caring, he understands diversity. He always from the get-go has been willing to listen to and understand and more deeply get a sense of what it's like in my skin as a black woman. He appreciates all facets of me in a way that men that I'd met before did not. No one ever wanted me full-time, they wanted me part-time, and I was objectified, and none of that from my wonderful husband. Anyway, less about that from me. Let's hear about what he thinks about it all.
I was very impressed with your grammar and your spelling.
Is that a joke?
No,
It's very good.
No, I think it just seems like a simple thing, but for some reason my brain was thinking, I've got things through from people and they didn't know how to use punctuation or...
Ooh,
isn't
that one of your triggers?
Isn't that snobby? That's really snobby, isn't it? The thing is, I used to be dreadful at grammar at school. I was awful, and my handwriting's still dreadful. But I learnt how to do it because I wanted to write. I wanted to do magazines and things like that.
You had to write film scripts and everything.
So
you should do to write songs.
So anything I used to do with a dictionary next to the dictionaries. Remember the books in the old days. And go through anything that I needed to spell. I'd always do it. I'd always double check, and I'd look into things about how to do grammar. It's because I didn't want to look daft, and I suppose that's probably just instilled into me. I didn't want somebody who had atrocious spelling. And
okay,
that's snobby, isn't it? We'll probably have to cut this bit out.
No, we won't cut any of it out. So you're impressed by my spelling and grammar?
Yeah, nothing else.
No. My witty repartee. Yeah. Was I a radio presenter, radio reporter?
Yeah, and you've been
newsreader.
doing things on Midlands Today.
Yeah, on local radio. Yeah.
So yeah.
You wanted a famous girlfriend.
Yeah.
I wasn't famous, but like.
Yeah. I suppose because of the jobs, wasn't it? Because I was in corporate, still am corporate video.
So media types.
Media types. Yeah, so that was quite good. Or as my mate said, a black chick on the telly. Just right up your street, that is. So
you're very specific. I'm very specific about it.
Yeah. It depends what you want to get out of it. That's the thing. I mean, if you're looking for something long term, then go in with that kind of proviso. Don't be kind of embarrassed about what you want to get out of it, and let people know up front, because you might find people aren't up for that. I think it's being upfront as much as possible with everything, isn't it, really?
So before I give you my final advice, what dating dilemma are you going through? Is there anything you want to ask me about being in an interracial relationship and us still being together, coming on 19 years now? Yeah, 19 years. Please drop a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe. In meeting Austen, I learned to let myself be vulnerable again. I learned to compromise, not my way or the highway, which is how I've been in the past when meeting people. Trying to meet him in the middle. I was suspicious about him because he was so nice. He was a man of his word. How can you be suspicious of a man who whose word is his bond? But I learned I had to be less alpha. I don't know whether that's working. He'll have to tell you that. But the one thing I did do was really learn to love myself first before I could love anybody else, and before anyone else could love me. Before I could be lovable, I had to love myself. So here's my advice for you if you are looking to go back out there, you want to find love again. It is possible for you. Yeah, to be honest, you've got to be vulnerable and you have to be ready to be hurt. There might be several times where you meet someone, you think they are a certain person and they're not. The landscape has changed massively. I was on Dating Direct on a website. It was before apps. You've got Tinder, you've got Grindr, you've got Plenty of Fish, you've got Bumble, you've got Happen, you've got OkCupid. They're all out there. The way that you communicate in finding dates has changed. There's a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of people firing off communications you don't want to receive, like the pics. If you can navigate through all of those, stay true to your values and what you want, please do not ignore any red flags. Let someone know where you're going. When you start out with communications, obviously be guarded about the personal information you're giving. Stand by your values. Try, put yourself out there. From my point of view, it worked for me, and I really hope it works for you. Thanks for watching. Lots more videos on my channel for you to enjoy. See you soon.